All
Yeah.
right, so let's get started. The chatbots that we will be talking about today, I'm going to scroll through here. ChatGPT. Tushar is going to be talking about Google Gemini. Many of you probably heard of Bard, but literally today, Google rebranded Bard to Gemini, and we'll get a chance for maybe all of us. It'll be our first chance to go ahead and check out Google Gemini, and we'll also discuss Microsoft CoPilot, and hopefully we'll get into Claude and Perplexity. So these are the 5 tools that we're going to work with today. So starting, I will say this before we just jump into the tool. I wanted to say that as of February 2024, what you're looking at here are the top AI tools in terms of visits. And ChatGPT, none of us are surprised at that's the top one. They're still calling it Bing AI here, but that's been rebranded to Microsoft CoPilot. Another interesting thing about CoPilot is for those of you who are Super Bowl fans, I won't even say necessarily football fans, because a lot of people watch the Super Bowl just to see the advertisements. Microsoft just announced that they will do a 60-second advertisement during the Super Bowl on Microsoft CoPilot. So that's kind of another apropos thing. And there's a few other tools here that maybe people are not aware of that make it to the top of the charts in terms of visits. And there you go. This is already old, talking about Bard here. Finally, this is number of visits that was recently published, but this is pretty incredible. ChatGPT has more visits than Netflix, Pinterest, and Microsoft and others. So maybe surprising, maybe not, but that's how fast AI is sort of how fast it's progressing as a technology. So let's start with ChatGPT, and I'll go ahead and just say a couple of things. We'd like to level set for all of you in terms of free versions, paid versions, et cetera. Okay. So first of all, ChatGPT is a product by a company called OpenAI. They are the most powerful chatbot at the moment. You can currently get it for free, so you can just sign up here. So following this Lunch and Learn, if you want to go ahead and sign up and start using it, you can, but there is a paid version that's built on a more powerful large language model called GPT-4. Okay. And this is just an idea. Here's the plans. So here you go. Access to GPT-3.5 is the free version, but we'll be playing with GPT-4. And finally, I just show here some of the things that OpenAI suggests you can put into their prompts, but we'll just do a few things to have some fun. So let's go. Let's start having some fun. So what you're looking at here is the interface to ChatGPT-4. Tushar, what do you think? Any ideas where I should start?
Hey, Tom, I know you love bees. Um, do you wanna do something about that?
I like it. All right. So yes, so I'm a beekeeper. So why don't we just start there? What is a honeybee?
Bee that gives me honey?
There you go. And notice that ChatGPT gives us in many cases multiple responses, and you can vote on which one you think is better, so that you can go ahead and sort of help out their large language model, and you're kind of helping it train that model. So this one's pretty long, and what I really needed to say was I'll stop that and say describe a honeybee in one paragraph. So I thought that was a little too wordy. So let's do something like that. So this is ChatGPT giving us a more brief description of what a honeybee is. And for those who don't know, yes, honeybees are non-native bees to the U.S. that make honey, because they are one of the few insects that tries to overwinter. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of cheating because we did do some uh uh we did set up some things. So here's what I'm going to do so that we don't have to, so I don't have to go ahead and type all the time. Um Here's what I'm going to do. Let's do something a little bit different. Generate 3 questions about honeybees. Each question should be a multiple choice question with 4 possible choices, and I'm asking it to label it properly. So let's see what happens here. Here we go. So all of these chatbots will be able to do something like it. And if you want to go ahead and create a your own quiz in just about any topic that you would like to, there you go. What's the primary role of the queen bee? Laying eggs. So interestingly, and I did this before, all of the correct answers seem to be C. So I'll say add one more question. So notice that these that these bots continue a conversation, okay? And that's what just happened. It knew what the context was from before, and there we go. I think what I want to do now is show you that ChatGPT is a multimodal chatbot, meaning that not only is it text-based, but it is also can also generate images for you. So many of these, ChatGPT, what you'll see with Tushar, Microsoft CoPilot, Google Gemini, and if I called Google Bard, you'll have to go ahead um, and excuse me. But let me see. What I want to do now is I want to go ahead and uh, uh, do something like that. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. And I'll leave it up to Tushar to do a different one. So I want to go ahead and say, hey, show me an image of honeybees, or, and I'll say, they are dressed as cowboys.
Love that, don't you? So cool.
So under the covers, folks, OpenAI has an image generation tool called DALL-E 3, DALL-E-3. And DALL-E 3 is being used to create this image right now. So occasionally we need to be a little bit patient, and here's an example of where we need to.
Ooh, that's awesome. Wow. Look at that.
There you go. Honeybees dressed as cowboys. That's pretty good. What would I'll say something like this. How would these cowboy honeybees address their friends? Here's some examples.
Howdy, partner. You
There
are.
you go. Evening, Queen. I was looking mighty fine under your reign. So this is an example where most of the chatbots, you can kind of ask them to take on a particular persona, and things work pretty well that way. Last thing I think I want to do, and then I'm going to push it over to you. No, I guess we'll go for it right now. So, Tushar, do you want to go ahead and we can do something similar, but we'll go ahead with Google Gemini. So let me know when you are sharing screen. Looks like you are. You ready to roll?
Yeah, let's do this. I want to see how what Gemini comes up with. So I'm gonna ask Gemini the same question. Show me an image of honeybees dressed up as cowboys.
Now you're going to do Cowboys again, huh?
Let's see. There aren't any real. Okay. So
I
Gemini,
think that more looks like it was thinking a beekeeper.
right? Real life bees dressed up as cowboys.
All
Doesn't
right. So
it?
do you have Copilot up? Microsoft Copilot.
Yeah, let's try what yeah, let's see
Yeah,
what
let's see what Copilot does.
I use the same exact prompt and see what Copilot does. This is fun.
So for this is Microsoft's
Show me an image. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna modify this. This now we're getting into create. How about this? Create an image.
yeah,
I'll try to
there
create
we go.
that.
There you go.
Okay. See a little change in words. See how that makes a big difference.
Yeah, so that's an example of
Prompt
how
engineering.
prompts, what you type in that prompt line really matters.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't like this. Give, give me another one with more dress details.
yeah, this is pretty interesting. All
Ah, okay.
right, Copilot is not doing what we want. Let me
It's not reading my mind. I mean, obviously.
so
So what
maybe it is possible that it was still generating, but we can move on because
yeah.
notice the stop. Well, no, it's still responding there.
um,
So
yeah.
see how Gemini does creating a quiz.
Yeah, let's do
Three
that.
question, maybe do another copy paste of
This
that.
one right here. So 3 questions about honeybees, right? So let's see what Gemini does. So these are generate 3 questions, each question multiple choice, 4 answers, display the correct answer. Okay, what is the only member of a honeybee colony that can lay eggs? What the answer is? Ooh, queen bee. Which of the following do honeybees not use to communicate? Pheromones, rapid answers.
Definitely Morse code. They do not.
Yeah, good guess. Good
And
guess.
so that's Gemini. And I want to make sure it is on the presentation, but make sure everyone knows Microsoft Copilot. If you go back to that tab,
Uh-huh.
Tushar, it turns out that I'll when we go back to me sharing, I'll show what I got back from Copilot by saying draw a picture of a honeybee as a pirate. See if it works for you.
Draw a picture of a honeybee as a pirate.
Yeah,
All right.
because I definitely got a few. Let's see. Let's see if you get something similar. And what I wanted to make sure people understand is this: Microsoft Copilot um, has free versions. It is built on ChatGPT 4 and it is built on DALL-E 3. So there you
Oh,
go. All
cool.
right. So
Did you get the same thing?
nope, I got somewhat different ones, but so I just wanted to make sure everyone understood that DALL-E 3 is a product of OpenAI.
Hmm,
ChatGPT 4, GPT-4 is a large language model by OpenAI.
right.
Those are the tools that underlie Microsoft's Copilot. So Microsoft Copilot, they've invested a lot of money in OpenAI, so they are using those tools. All
Yeah.
right.
That's what's powering them behind the scenes, right? So you and the point you made earlier, right? So you can use this for free by using Copilot, right? So you don't really have to pay for the paid version of ChatGPT
Right.
or Pro.
And let's ask maybe let's ask another question similar to what we did before to both Gemini and Copilot. How would those honeybees maybe go to Copilot?
Right.
Um,
Okay.
how would these bees greet their friends?
Greet their friends. I just love the creativity here.
All right. So
Rude.
one's the cowboy, but it was not the pirate. It didn't, there's the pirate bee. So because you asked both in the conversation about cowboys and pirates, we got each.
Gotcha. Very
And now we
clever.
have the sunflower bee. I'm not sure where that one's coming from, I will say.
Why don't we see what Gemini has to say here? How would honey, instead of these, I'm just gonna say general question. I would honeybees. Or should I say how would pirate?
Honeybees. Yeah, let's see. Let's check that out.
There's nuanced changes in the prompt. You know, they generate different answers. Maybe.
Tushar, let's try using Gemini or Copilot with the outline one that we have.
Yeah, yeah. Good idea.
You want to copy paste that, and then we'll move back to Claude and Perplexity.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, cool.
So
Let's see with Gemini. So
yes.
this again, first time we're using Gemini.
Yeah, and
Certainly Gemini Ultra. So Google has multiple large language model sizes, and that should do it, right?
yeah, giving a talk to a group of high school students on the benefits of studying, like they would listen to you. Haha. Generate an outline for 1 hour talk that gives helpful study tips to these juniors and seniors. Let's see. Study unlocking success in high school. Okay, 1 hour. Wow. Benefits.
Wow.
Talks.
Gives you duration, objectives, introduction. Pretty powerful.
Yeah, this is pretty good actually.
Yeah, pretty powerful.
I should send this to my kid. Let's see what Copilot says. Should we try the same thing there?
Or I can just go move right to Claude.
Yeah, you want to do that?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Let me go ahead and make sure I'm sharing my screen again. Okay. So before we go right to Claude, I will show folks, give a little bit of context here. So what we have done is we talked about ChatGPT, gave you a little bit of work with that, Gemini, Copilot. I talked about Copilot being built on GPT-4 and DALL-E 3. There are free and paid versions of Copilot. And for those of you who are subscribed to Microsoft 365, that's part of usage of Copilot, and Copilot Pro are part of those licenses. One of the things that you're going to see if you watch the Super Bowl is Microsoft's intent is to incorporate, and they've already done it to some degree, to incorporate Copilot into their entire suite of products, such as Excel for doing data analysis, Microsoft Word, et cetera, Microsoft PowerPoint. So they will all be AI driven by Microsoft Copilot. And I think Microsoft Copilot, they might just make that the #1 tool that they market. You know, even maybe it may overtake Windows, Microsoft Windows as a marketing, as a product that it is marketed. We're going to move on to another one called Claude, which is also free. There's a company called Anthropic, which goes ahead and develops Claude. The key differentiator is this. They say it's helpful, honest, and harmless AI. So they're really focusing on AI safety with Claude. Okay, so let me go ahead, and this is what the interface to Claude looks like. All right, and I'll just go ahead and paste exactly what Tushar asked Gemini and Copilot to do. So here's an outline for a 1 hour talk, and it's up to you to play with these tools and figure out which ones that you like better. I do know I was told that the free version of Claude, what may happen if you're using Claude is that it will, it may queue some of your prompts. It may queue them up, and they may not execute for some number of minutes because people have the paid version, are the folks that that get priority for executing the prompts. But in any event, this is definitely different looking. I kind of like the output look with the boldface font in some of the titles that we saw in either Gemini or Microsoft CoPilot. Okay. But what I want to do is show you, and all of these will do this, is I want to go ahead and show you that that these tools can do some nice stuff, such as where is my I've lost Claude. There we go. I'm going to say, go ahead and assemble a table that describes the stages of a popular bicycling race that happens every year called the Tour de France. All right, so let's see what this does. So this is pretty nice. So the Tour de France is a yearly race, has 21 stages or 21 days of riding. There's a start and finish point. And I was curious how many miles are in each of the stage. And there you go. So we should see 21 stages if it got it correct. So pretty nice. And you can always download these tables. If we went back to Microsoft CoPilot, all of these tables can be downloaded into Microsoft Excel. Okay, so I might say this, do the same with the 2024 Tour de France. Okay, so let's see if it knows. All right, so this race hasn't occurred. It won't occur till the summer, beginning June 29th. And there you go. So it's already telling us what the race is going to look like in 2024. So, so being able to format data in these tools is really helpful. And for those, if there are any developers on here, I could have asked this to be given to me as a JSON object, which is also pretty cool. Okay. So, the last thing I want to do is this. I want to go ahead and going back to the honeybee theme, okay? Assisted by AI, a workforce of bees tracks pollution and boosts biodiversity. And what I want to do is ask Claude if it can summarize this article. This is pretty powerful. So what I just did is found an article on the internet, and I just said, hey, I don't really have time to read this whole article at the moment, so just give me a summary of the key points of the article. All of these tools do this, and Claude, you can upload PDF files, and Claude advertises that you can upload an entire book. So they have what's referred to as a very long context length. So you can go ahead, upload some pretty long, complicated PDF files and start to introspect that PDF, ask questions about that PDF with all of these tools. So that's pretty nice.
Yeah, that is very cool.
So let me, so that was the, this article. So let me go back, because so you see there's biodiversity, and gave us a nice summary of this whole article. All right. Pretty useful stuff. All right. So we're at 12:33. We're at about the half hour mark. I think what I wanted to do is one last thing is just show you, but I don't think I will, I'll give you any examples, but if you look here, there is another tool called Perplexity that is getting quite a bit of press. This is a really nice tool. I use this as my search engine, to be perfectly honest with you. And this just shows you, Perplexity Pro is the one that's $20 a month, and it shows you, the things that you get for your $20 a month. Okay. So this is what the interface looks like. I don't know if I had it up, but here's Perplexity. All right. And similar interface, and we would do, pretty much the same thing. Okay. But I will, in the interest of time, I won't go ahead and show this or demo this. But what I will do is, and we'll go back to you, Tushar. I want to know this. Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I think what we should do is you ask your people, I ask mine,
Yes, go ahead. You can do that, and then you can.
and let's bet who is going to win the Super Bowl
And
2024.
so Perplexity has San Francisco 49ers. Let me move over to ChatGPT, see what they say. All right. So we got one with the 49ers. Whoop. Whoa. Check it out. Who will win I didn't even finish, and it's reading my mind. That's a little bit scary. Let's see. We're seen as slight favorites. Let's see. Um, make a guess. Pick one team that will win. All right, San Francisco in both the left and the right. So we've got two San Franciscos. All right, I hope there's betters here. Tushar, are you ready for me to go ahead and stop my share?
Yeah, let's
All right, let's see what the other ones say.
So CoPilot, I asked the same question. You can see my screen, right?
Yep.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl 24? And it gave me a bunch of information, but didn't really,
All right, force them.
some experts
Force their hand.
put in, right? I mean, oh, that's funny, Larry. Taylor Swift, huh? And then I insisted, pick the winning.
Okay. So you insisted.
The age-old dilemma, it says, reigning Super Bowl champions, the Chiefs are a storied franchise. Crystal ball is a little foggy. See, it's playing safe.
Ooh, what
I don't
about
like
Gemini?
that. Yeah, I think we'll have to see what Gemini is saying. I'm gonna type in the same exact piece. And let's see what they say here. Gemini, the new Google Gemini. Brand new, released today. What are you saying? Come on. Okay, this ultimately will depend on a number of factors. You'll find this helpful. Please pick the winning team for me. Come on, Gemini.
So Perplexity wasn't afraid. Wow, they won't do it. All right.
Okay.
So Gemini, I think Bard did it. I experimented with that earlier in the week, and Bard did give one.
Yeah, so I think this is the change that we are seeing with I don't think there's a way for me to go back to it. No. No, I don't see a way. No.
All right.
All right.
So we are past time. So what I will do is, do you want to stop share, Tushar, and I will
Yeah.
Okay, is my share going?
Yep.
Okay, great. So, well, we'll go ahead and go to a quick Q&A, but prior to doing that, I just wanted to say, hey, what's next? For those of you who don't know, we have a Center for Applied AI Slack community, Slack workspace. You can go ahead and scan that. The goal of our Slack workspace is to build community and have all of us learn from one another. We'll go ahead and we'll post event announcements, etc. And here you see the upcoming Lunch and Learns in the Lunchbox series. We're going to have many more that we saw earlier. And we are going to host our first meetup here at Training Center. So that'll be a live event. So join the Slack community. And if you're interested in coming to an event where people are just going to learn AI from one another, then that'll happen on April 11th in the evening. We'll get you more details on that. All right. And there is the Center for Applied AI website. It's at c4a.ai, and you can go ahead and you can sign up for our Slack workspace there, and you can email us from there. So with that said, any questions before we move on? And anything else I've missed? Either training centers, people?
Yeah, I have a question. The little icon on the left, which looks like a file icon, what is that and how do you use it?
And you're referring to?
I think Bod had it, and I think Chat did as well.
So you were thinking ChatGPT? It may
Yes.
have been a file upload icon,
Okay.
Tom.
Well, how does that work? You upload a file, and then the file has the question.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so all of these, so for sure, Claude, for instance, here, check this out. You can upload PDF, text documents, CSVs, etc. So all of these tools will allow you to upload, for instance, an Excel spreadsheet, and you can start to query and ask questions about that spreadsheet. And that's the one in 4 weeks, I think, will be illustrating how we can go ahead and ask these tools to do some data analytics on spreadsheets.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. Anyone else? Well, in the meantime, if you have a question that you want to put in the chat, and you join anything that's in the chat that we want to go ahead and answer, we'll do that in our Slack workspace. That's what we typically do if we don't have time to finish up. So with all that said, any final questions? Well, thank you so much for attending. Really, really appreciate it. Tushar, thank you for helping me move along. Five chatbots. Hopefully you learned something today. Hopefully you were introduced to some of the new ones, and go ahead and sign up for these and for any of these chatbots, and go ahead and play around and see which one you like the best, because it's pretty personal decision. But we will, like we said earlier, we will put in our queue lunch and learns to explore one or two of these tools alone. But we wanted to go ahead, as we said, this was the first event in the Lunchbox series. We wanted to go ahead and introduce you to all of these tools, so you know what they're all about. You can sign up. You can begin to play with them.
Great presentation. Really clicked.
Thank you.
Thank you
That's
very
awesome.
much.
Yeah, nice
Thanks
job.
again, Tushar. Bye-bye, everyone. Have a great day.